Okay, so the false card, you have your past, the Hanged Man. Okay, so what I'm getting here is there's something you'd like to be doing, or you did at this time, and you felt as if you weren't able to do that thing, so you had to kind of miss out. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. There's some regret here. I think you wanted to be able to connect with someone, but you weren't able to do that. That's what I'm getting. And I think there's someone you really wanted to spend time with someone, or you wanted to spend more time than you actually could. And there's a bit of guilt here as well. You might have been feeling very guilty about not being able to spend time with someone. But I don't think you needed to feel guilty, because you weren't actually doing anything wrong. You just weren't able to spend time with this person. You just didn't physically have the time. That's what I'm seeing. This isn't about a love connection. This is about someone else. But yeah, the feeling I'm getting coming from them is that they understand this, and maybe they even told you that, but you still have this feeling that you should have done more, or you should be doing more, you should be there for them. So if that's resonating with you, I think you really need to let go of this guilt or this horrible feeling. You can always make up the time with them when you can, and as long as you communicate that to them, let them know that, and you kind of follow up on what you say, and you do spend time with them, that's absolutely fine, and they'll understand that. I think they do miss you, and I think they miss some of the times you spent together. I think you used to do a specific thing together, maybe a hobby or something like that, or you did something, maybe a sport, I don't know. You can always do that again, and you can do new things as well. And so yeah, try and let go of this guilt if you can, because it's not helping you, it's not helping them, it doesn't help anyone. And also, they understand. That's what I keep on seeing. They understand this. Yeah, you've been busy. You've been super busy, actually. You might have been burning the candle at both ends as well. Watch that as well if that's the case. Try and take some time out if you can, because that's not going to be useful to anyone either. Anyway, the next card you have, you pass the Emperor. Yeah, this is a very strict, rigid card. That's what this Emperor's like. And I think that's how you've been with yourself lately. You've had things you wanted to do, and things you actually needed to do, things you had to get done. And you've been very strict with yourself. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of work here. I'm seeing huge volumes of work, actually, that you had to get through. I'm picking up on a lot of work around everyone lately. Everyone's a little bit tired and overworked. Maybe you weren't operating at your best because you're overtired. Everything I'm seeing here so far is telling me that you do need to take some time out, some kind of break or something like that. So think about that. And the other thing I'm seeing here is, yeah, this is horrible. Someone who's a little bit possessive, maybe. They might have been a bit controlling, actually. And I think this is probably about an ex. I think this was quite a serious relationship. I think it might have even been a marriage, because I'm seeing a really kind of a long-winded process you had to go through when you separated. So, there's a lot of sorting out to do, a lot of layers to work through. I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but I'm seeing some kind of entrapment. I'm seeing entrapment. Not literally, it's not like someone's literally trapping you in a room or anything. It's not like that. But maybe you're forced to be in a certain place. I'm just seeing you having to be in a place that you didn't really want to be in. So it might even be a town or a city or even a country. It could even be that you don't want to be in, and you had to be there for some reason. And I think that was because of someone else. Someone else influenced you to be there, and then you had to be there. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, you might still be there now, because I think this is what you're working your way out of. I think it is. I hope you are, because you can definitely get yourself out of this situation if you want to. I can see that. So you might even have some legal things to work through, or you might still have, you might have to be, you might have to work at saving a bit more money as well. You need something behind yourself. You need a backup. That's what I'm seeing there. And you're working on that. So yeah, I know I was telling you to take a break, but if this is what's happening, I can see why you're working really hard. But yeah, do try to take some breaks if you can, because you won't be able to concentrate properly if you don't. You know, you have a lot that you still have to get through, and if you're not well rested, you won't be alert, you won't be ready to do what you need to do. So find a balance between that, between, you know, working really hard and getting those breaks when you need them. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Page of Swords. Yes. Yeah, I'm seeing this again. You were trying to fight your way out of a situation. Not literally, you weren't literally fighting, but it felt like that to you. You're kind of pushing this, and it wasn't easy. So it kind of felt like a bit of a fight to you, I think. I'm still getting this feeling of wanting to break out, feeling trapped. Obviously, this page is defensive. You know, he's fighting. He wants to be free. Look at these birds above his head. They're above his head. So he's thinking with his head, and what he's thinking is he wants to be free. That's why the birds are there. So he's thinking about his freedom. So I'm getting this again here. You felt trapped somewhere, or you felt as if you were somewhere that you didn't want to be, and you had to try and work to get your way out of that. Yeah, you will get there. You will absolutely get there. You absolutely will. You know, you've got a lot of learning to do as well, I think. You know, the pages are students. They're not steady on their feet yet. So I think as you go through this, fighting your way out of this, you've got a lot to learn as well. And yeah, maybe someone, it might be this ex or it might be someone else, maybe they made you feel like a learner, or even someone who's incapable, and you might still have a little bit of that feeling or that belief in you. But I think as you keep going, you're just going to get stronger and stronger, and eventually you won't feel like that at all. You won't be kept down by that feeling anymore. Yeah, there are a lot of things in front of you that you'll have to learn about, but you're on the right path. You absolutely are, and I think you can feel that as well. There's a little bit of an uncertain feeling around this as well. It's a little bit like, oh, how am I going to do this? It feels impossible. I know I have to do this, but how? And so that's all kind of probably going through your mind. But I think as you rise to each challenge, and you will do that, you know, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to rise to each challenge, and you'll be able to kind of go over each roadblock, and you'll be able to get through each thing. Just think of each thing as an individual block that you have to kind of get through. Don't look at this big mountain that's in front of you. Just think, okay, I'll tackle that first, then I'll do that, then I'll do that. Just think about it in that way, if that helps you. That might help you to kind of get through this. But just keep going. Don't let any of these feelings stop you. Don't let anything stop you. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, so the first card you have your presence, the Seven of Swords. Yes. Horrible card, horrible card. I hate this card. All right, so I have to tell you the truth. This is what I'm seeing. I think this might be a little bit of a taste of what's still in front of you. You still have a lot of hard work in front of you. You still have a lot of problems in front of you. And I don't want to discourage you, but, you know, I have to tell you what I'm seeing. So, yeah, there are going to be problems here. I think there's someone who might put up a bit of a fight, cause you some problems. They're being a bit difficult, but not for the right reasons. You know, they really seem to have everything they want. They've taken a lot from you, this person. Maybe not possessions. Maybe they have taken possessions. But what I'm seeing here is they took your self-esteem, actually. That's what I'm seeing in the Page of Swords. That, you know, someone made you feel as if you're incapable, and that's what happened. But you're getting that back. You are absolutely, definitely getting that back. I think each time you accomplish something, your self-esteem is going to come back piece by piece. So keep on moving up that same path. Don't get off that path. You're on the right side. You're absolutely on the right path. I have to keep on telling you that. And I don't know if this is going to resonate, because I am seeing something quite specific here. I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. There's cheating here. That's what I'm seeing. And I think you were left behind to deal with the aftermath of this person's actions, their decisions. Because if you look at this man, he's leaving this tent, and he looks really happy about that. You know, he's running away. He actually looks like he's dancing away, and he's smiling. But he's leaving these tents, which are temporary homes, but they are homes. He's leaving them. So it's like you were sort of left at home holding everything. And if everything else I'm seeing here is correct, you were left in a place as well that you weren't happy to be in. I know this is all sounding really negative, but you are getting stronger, and you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You're definitely working your way out of this. And the big thing here is you're doing this for yourself. And I think that's huge for you. I've got this feeling as well that you might have tried to convince them at one time, maybe even a few times, to move away to somewhere where you'd be happier. And obviously that didn't happen because this is where you are now. But I think when you've gotten through this, you'll be where you want to be on your terms, and you'll be able to do and be whatever you want, wherever you want, without having to answer to anyone. And that's what real freedom is. You know, that's pure freedom, not going along with someone who's kind of at odds with what you want. You've got yourself now. It might feel a bit lonely to you right now, but you're going to find that. You're going to find your right niche. You're going to find where you need to go. You're working your way toward that, and you've got this beautiful freedom. It's really fantastic. So the next card you have for your present is, yes, the Eight of Swords. Yes, another one that's not very good. So, all right, this is really interesting though, because this is the opposite of freedom, obviously. Now, if this person left you for someone else, because I'm seeing cheating here and deception and all of that in the Seven of Swords, if they've done that, their motivation, I think, was partly to be free of you, which is horrible. But the thing is, they're not free. They are not free at all. You're the free one here. So that's kind of the strange thing. It's kind of like everything's kind of flipped around. So it might not feel like that to you yet, but even now, even though you're not exactly what you want to be now, you're freer than they are. Even to the point where I think you're a lot more easygoing than the person they're with now, if that makes sense. Because I'm seeing all these words. Look at this card. There are all these swords around this woman, and it's like she's surrounded by these words. So what I'm seeing is someone's in the middle of all these words, and they're being told what to do. Do this, do that, don't do this, go here, go there, do what you're told. And that's the kind of world they're in now. They weren't with you, but they are now. And I don't think this is what they're showing to the world. They're probably showing the opposite to the world. You know, they might be on social media posting pictures of how happy they are and everything like that. But my feeling is that they've made a decision, and a lot of people probably tried to talk them out of this decision, doing this thing, but they were determined to do whatever they wanted. And now that they've done this, they can see the situation for what it is, and they put themselves in this, and they're stuck there. That's what I'm seeing, like this poor woman on this card. I know this sounds like I'm being really horrible, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing. I don't think their relationship's going to last, actually. I know I'm sticking my neck out when I say that, and I'm doing that a lot more now, actually, than I used to. I'm getting a lot braver than I was. But this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this relationship kind of looking as if it's really serious. They might even get married, or they might even be married. But there's going to be some kind of ending there. That's what I'm seeing. And the irony is that they tried to keep you in a certain place that you're in the process of getting out of, if what I'm seeing here is correct. But they're in a place that they don't want to be now. They're the one that's stuck. That's what I'm seeing. It sounds like I'm saying, oh, isn't that fantastic? And I know the cross-watchers will probably be angry with me. Don't be. It might not be about you. But that's what I'm seeing here. And I'm kind of not laughing, but I'm kind of like, oh, wow. Because it's like the tables have totally turned around. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the last card you have for your presents, the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I love this. This is a really beautiful card. This is about hope. You're hopeful. You're looking towards your future, and it's yours. This is what I'm thinking. It's your future, only yours. Now, I don't know if you've started some kind of new work project, or it might be a business you've started. It's something like that. You're working really, really hard on something. I'm seeing this everywhere. And yeah, it's something you're building. And most importantly, the most important thing is that it's yours. Again, I keep on seeing this, the importance of having your own things, making your own decisions, being autonomous, doing your own thing. And yeah, that's probably why I'm seeing all this hard work everywhere and not having much time to spend with other people. But yeah, I think this is probably something quite new, or something that's in its early days. You know, this card's about newness, springtime, all of that. Yeah, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is there's another love connection here, a love connection around you. I think you've either known each other for a while, or you might have even been together for a while now. But there's still this feeling around this of newness. It's a new feeling. So it might be that you're taking things slowly, you're not wanting to go to a more serious level. It might be that. It feels very innocent to me. I don't know why that is, and I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's the feeling I'm getting. And the other thing I'm getting is that they might be wanting to take things a little bit faster than you are. You know, this page is looking up to this coin. You know, he's obviously holding it, but he's looking as if he's looking at it like he's kind of aspiring to have it, aspiring to hold it, if that makes sense. So I think they aspire to being a lot more serious with you than they actually are right now. But, you know, they're patient as well. So they probably know what you've been through with this ex. You know, I think they're sensitive to all of that. So they're probably not saying anything to you. They're probably not pushing it with you. I think they're probably just waiting to see how things go. But, you know, deep down, they'd like things to be a little bit more serious with you. That's the impression I'm getting there. So the first card you have for your future is the Knight of Swords. Yes. Okay. Just be a little bit careful. I'm getting caution here. Obviously, this isn't a very happy card. It's quite a dangerous card. So, yeah, I think maybe in the fallout that happened with this past relationship, there was a lot of talk. There was a bit of gossip, things like that. I'm seeing, you know, people took sides. There were people that didn't need to take sides, but they did. Some people chose to do that. I'm seeing one specific person here, and I think they're quite vocal. They talk a lot. I think they've been trying to talk to you a lot, and they were trying to ask you things. Now, you've obviously moved on from that time, but there's still, this person's still around. I think they still think about this. I think they still talk about this. They talk about a lot of things, a lot of people. They're a bit of a gossipy person. The feeling I'm getting is that this person might be around you soon, or near you, or near some people you know. So just make sure you're careful of what you say around them, obviously, and other people who are going to be near them. Yeah, I'm seeing this. Okay, I'll try and explain this to you. I hope this makes sense. They're quite persuasive in the way that they kind of ask questions in a very kind, sweet, caring way. It's if, oh, I want to help you. I'm just talking to you to kind of let you get it off your chest. And I'm your friend and I just want to talk to you. And it's like, I just care about you. I'm asking you because I care. And they might care. I'm not saying they're a horrible, sinister person. It might just be that they care, but they can't help themselves. They can't keep things to themselves. Or it might be that they're purposely getting information to talk to people. But whatever the reason is, whatever the motivation is, you don't want this spread around. So definitely keep away from this person. I think you might have been caught up in a situation with them before when they spoke about you or repeated what you said. So just be careful. Just be careful this time. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Eight of Wands. Yes, again, look at this. Words. This is about communication, talking, lots of talking, fast talking. This person really likes to talk, and you know that. You know what they're like. So the problem is they like to talk. There's nothing wrong with talking, but they talk, you know, it's like they go to one side and talk about the other person, then they go to the other side and they talk about the other person, and they go backwards and forwards, and they talk, and it's all gossip, and they kind of love this kind of thing. And it's not very healthy. It's not good. So I actually think the last time this happened to you, this is what I'm seeing. You might have heard your own words coming back to you. You know, it's like your own words were repeated back to you. And when you heard that, I think that's when you had that moment and you realized, aha, this person's repeating everything I say. I have to stop talking to them. If you look at these wands as well, they're a little bit like arrows. You know, they're heading toward a target. So you have to make sure you're not the target this time. That's the message in that card, I think. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so there's money around this. So this is about this business thing, I think. Yeah, I think you've still still got this difficult road ahead of you for a while. I think you know that. Working hard, saving money. I think you also have a lot of paperwork in front of you. I think this might be another thing that this person left you, actually. Lucky you. They left you a lot of rubbish, I think. But yeah, you're working through that. You're going to sort all that out. Yeah, with this business thing, or this work thing, I think there's a new outlet or something opening to you around that. It's some kind of sideline, some kind of extra thing, add-on, if that makes sense. It's actually something that's quite easy for you to set up. And I'm seeing money coming in through that avenue, through that channel. It's not going to be millions, I wish I could say it was, but it'll be a steady stream of income. It'll slowly, gradually build up. I think at the moment things might be a little bit tight for you money-wise as well, or they feel that way because you have got all this big kind of road ahead of you that you're working toward. And I think if you do whatever this is, that's going to ease that for you a bit. So, you know, if that resonates, if you know what that is, even if you don't, if you do run this business or if you're working on something like that, see if you can write down a list of possible extra streams, income streams, and think about which one suits you. Yes, thank you, Car. Yeah, again, I think this is quite an easy thing. It's an easy thing to set up. I keep on seeing that. So if you make an effort to find out what that is and work out what suits you, once you set it all up, it's actually going to be quite easy to put into practice, or put into place, I should say.